Hello, you beautiful and amazing sports fans. I salute you all. It's me, Coach Ed, and this is Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports. Thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to check out today's program. But before I get into that, I'd like for you guys to like, subscribe if you haven't already done, and share on all your social media platforms. I really appreciate all your help in helping me grow my channel and hopefully make it one of the best programs that is out there. Now, today's show, I'm going to be talking about UCLA football and UCLA athletics and their potential move to the Big Ten. Now, I was reading an article on the LA Times. It's in reference to that. So let's take a moment and let me share my screen so you guys can follow along with me. Now it says UC, that means, excuse me, that's the University of California leaders say all options are on the table as they weigh fighting UCLA's Big Ten move. Now the title alone right there had me perplexed. I mean, I heard that the governor of California and some others were questioning the move. I get it because, there's concerns about travel for the student athletes. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as we go along. But in reading, it said, is UCLA nearing the goal line on a move to the Big Ten, or might its plan be foiled by an all-out blitz? I like that theory. I like that thought. Concerned about the Bruins' hasty exit from the Pac-12, the University of California's system leadership on Wednesday proposed new rules that could limit campuses from making major decisions involving athletic contracts on their own. Far more concerning for UCLA, two UC Regents and the general counsel of the UC system suggested there might be an avenue to block the Bruins move that had widely been considered a fait accompli since it was announced in late June. Now that's mighty strange to me, all right, because we know that today it was announced that the Big Ten signed a $7 billion media rights negotiation with Fox, NBC, CBS, and NBC's Peacock programming. Now, that provides all the schools. Right now, it's talked about 16 teams benefiting from anywhere from $80 to $100 million a year in revenue from the TV media deals. But you want to possibly block that. But let's continue reading. It's important to understand that when the regents delegated authority to the president, they didn't give it away or lose it. UC system attorney Charlie Robinson said during a regents meeting at UCLA's Luskin Center. Essentially, what they did was extend it such that authority was with the regents and the president. After the end of a closed session spanning more than an hour, Regent John Perez told the Times that the regents retained the power to block UCLA's move. All options are on the table, he said. Did that mean options could be pursued that would prevent the Bruins from joining crosstown rival USC as the newest members of the Big Ten starting in the summer of 2020? All options are on the table, Perez repeated, up to and including that. We're going to look at what all the different options look like, and then the board will assert itself in terms of what its desired outcome is. Now, I don't know about you. From everything that I know, and mind you, this is above my pay grade, but I'm a fairly smart man. And if you're in the Pac-12, number one, your crosstown rival is leaving the conference. That's number one. Number two, If you're in the Pac-12, and depending on what their TV negotiation discussions end up being, it's not going to be 80 to $100 million. It might be anywhere from 30 to $50 million per year in terms of revenue that you generate. Okay. If you block them from going, all right. I've heard that some of the reasons why there's concerns about traveling, all the way over to the East Coast to Piscataway, New Jersey for their Olympic sports programs. Okay. I can understand the concern in the travel, taken away from class time, all of that. I get it. But the pandemic has taught us you can get your education done via the internet. I completed my degree online and I had no issues with it, but that's me. But again, I can understand your concern about the student athletes. Okay. But college athletics is a business. It's always is for the most part for the past, I don't know, decade, maybe going on 15 years. It's been about growing about that money. I mean, you now have NIL, name, image, and likeness for the college athletes to benefit if they're able to get businesses that want to use their name, image, and likeness and pay them for it, which is only right. But I understand about worrying about the student athletes. But you block it. It was reported that UCLA is in financial troubles. One of the reasons why they wanted to go to the Big Ten is because they would capitalize financially. If they didn't, they may have to cancel some of their Olympic programs. So you want to block it, worrying about the student athletes travel. But if the school ends up canceling several of their Olympic programs, those student athletes will not be students at the university. They'll end up going somewhere else because they're going to want to get their college education. UCLA won't be able to provide it, and it is a great education at UCLA, one of the top universities in the college. I mean, in the university. I mean, one of the top universities across the country. Sorry about that. But you want to possibly block that. What reason? Here's another hypothetical situation. Dare I say the Big Ten says, okay, we're going to go ahead and then recruit Stanford, which is not part of the UC system, Washington, Oregon. The Big 12 now takes advantage of this situation and gobbles up Utah, Colorado, Arizona, Arizona State. There is no more Pac-12 because you're only going to be left with, at that point in time, UCLA, Cal, which are part of the UC system, Washington State, and Oregon State. Now, maybe you get some schools from the Mountain West or schools in that area, San Diego State. Okay, you probably stay with in a Western Conference, but your level of competition is going to go down. You're not going to be able to afford playing into 80, 90, 100,000 seat stadium because you're not going to generate enough revenue for that. Whatever TV revenue you get, it's definitely not going to be 80 to $100 million. But you want to talk about blocking it. For what reason? I don't understand it. I've tried. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, but it makes no sense to me. Am I off base, guys? You let me know. What do you think? I thank you guys for tuning in today, checking out the show, the program. I'm going to leave the article down in the description so you guys can read it, read more into it. Again, like I said, let me know. Maybe it's just me. But as always, saying sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Peace.